Dr. Shelly, Bhutani, you can take the stage.
Kota, we are live.
You can start, Shelly ma'am.
Okay, right. Good evening, namaskar, sat sri akal, adab to my all eminent guests, participants, and my lovable viewers. A very good evening to you all. So let's start together. Thunderbolt. So before starting this, just give me a big round of virtual applause to show how much you're all energetic. Yeah, thank you so much. This is so much amazing spirit. Thank you everyone. Thanks a lot. So now let's start. The sparkle of fire is the witness of your worth. The silent flows of the water is the witness of your softness. The rising of the sun in the east and the sunset in the west is a witness of your own rhythm. The rhythm of movement of the moon is a witness of your perfection. My words, my soul, are the witness of the oneness of glory, universe, whose glorification cannot at all describe in words. So you welcome everyone in this today Thunderbolt episode number 7. A very, very warm good evening and a hearty welcome to everyone. On the behalf of the Positive Thought Management, full backend sporting team, to welcome you all at today Thunderbolt session. We are honored to have you all with us, and we are also honored to have today our special guest, Her Excellency Honorable Dr. Sapna Agrawal, Director, Academics, Edge Academic Kota, I Big Wonder on YouTube, school mentor, storyteller, and academic evangelist. You hardly need an introduction, ma'am. You have made all of us proud of your achievements and numerous capacity and in the term of serving our society. Honorable Madam, we are extremely happy to welcome you. Welcome, Dr. Sapna, ma'am. So much welcome to you all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shelly, ma'am. I'm humbled. You yourself have so many laurels to your name, and you so wonderfully, spoke about me. I'm really humbled. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you to Gauravji, to this platform of positive thoughts. I have been a regular, not a mute spectator, but yes, I have been generally, and I see so many good things happening every Sunday. I mean, there are so many days to begin with, right? So today in the session, it is something very interesting. In fact, I have been constantly, as a school principal, I used to always tell the teachers, the parents that, who wants to study? Nobody wants to study, right? And there are only very few people who would like to say, yes, I would like to study. So today's session is something very real, happening everywhere, and come pandemic. So once pandemic started, probably each one of us have observed that, how there are oohs and no's in the class. Children, they don't want to wake up in the morning. And today's session is not only for children, it is actually for the educators also. Because even the teachers require a little happiness, a little humor in the classroom.
Yes, ma'am, I will interrupt you in between.
Yes,
let me look forward the vision and mission of positive thought with the introduction. I will take you another 2 minutes, ma'am. I really come forward to your own learning and knowledgeable part after just a 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you so much, Dr. Sapna. Thank you so much.
Absolutely a fantastic moderator. I got it.
Thank you, Sapna, ma'am. Thank you so much. I, Dr. Shelly Bhutani, and with my co-host and full team of Positive Thoughts with Honorable Dr. Gaurav Sharma, welcome viewers, participants, everyone on the behalf of Positive Thoughts Thunderbolt to a very special day where you witness, as usual, our brilliant blockbuster session. We are all glad about your presence here. So, well, my first and foremost duty on the behalf of Positive Thoughts to tell you what is the mission and vision of our Positive Thoughts. So let's start it. Positive Thoughts Family is a UK ISO certified GST registered firm registered under Ministry of MSEME Government of India. It is a global community of speakers and trainers from across India and from almost 40 different countries on a mission to learn, connect, share, and bridge the gap between brands, organizations, and will work on the mission of empowerment for especially stress-free education and life. This allied executive committee is for all the like-minded positive people from all across the globe who wants to share, inspire, and help each other to grow their own successes together by empowering one another. Thank you so much that you are all present in our Positive Thoughts mission and vision. Thank you all. Now, education is a passport to the future. For tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. One pen, one teacher, one educator can change the world of society. So now the person who has consumed himself to change the society and the light, the darkness in the life of our everyone lives. None other than, yes, your friends, you're right, thinking, Honorable Dr. Gaurav Sharma. Kindly give a big round of applause for Dr. Gaurav Sharma. Dr. Gaurav Sharma is a well-known and respected multi-award winning motivational speaker, life coach, and social activist. Founder and CEO, Positive Thoughts Consulting and Training Solution, co-founder with 28 credentials of Entrepreneurs Malaysia. He believes passion keeps a person motivated, and people who follow it will always find happiness and satisfaction in whatever they do. He believes that what each achieve our version of success by getting to know our inner self and understanding what drives us. He come to realize that he wanted to lead a life fueled by the desire to serve, to uplift, and to empower people from all walks of life. A God-loving family person, Dr. Gaurav Sharma is actively involved in various initiatives that support contributing and giving back to society and find a fulfilling feeling unparalleled. So welcome Dr. Gaurav Sharma and kindly give big round of applause again for our guest, for Mr. Gaurav Sharma with positive, vibrant spirit of positive thoughts, and also give another big round of applause for all those who are present here. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now the universe is not going to exist without us, and we are not going to exist without the universe either. Celebrate our existence and love the universe forever. Yes, you're all thinking again right. Not other than our Honorable Dr. Sapna Agrawal ji. Now times comes, I formally introduce our today's trainer, Dr. Sapna Agrawal. Dr. Sapna Agrawal is an academician, dynamic and socially active with qualitative experience of 20 years in knowledge, management, children, education, training and development, child psychology, science and its spiritual understanding, armed force background with core competency in leadership skills and high values. She believes that education reforms and innovative methodology can create wonders. I big wonder on YouTube. Today, she is going to present wonderful topic, humor in classrooms from, oh no, to Arey. Wow. So welcome, madam. Now over to Sapna, Dr. Agrawal, please. Please,
Yeah.
madam, now welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Shelly. Yes, you know what happens? Yeah, I am really, once again, I mean, you speak so well. And thank you, Gaurav ji. Thank you, Positive Thoughts. It is really, really wonderful to be on the platform and to be able to contribute. Well, I had just started, so I'll start from there itself. You know, in my experience of more than 20 years being a school principal and of course a teacher. Every single day I believe that I am a teacher and I keep constantly telling myself. So today's session is something, yes, I mean, it's very, very interesting. I've been telling all throughout to my teachers that, how much is it important to bring humor to the classroom? And it is not for the children. It's not for the children only. In fact, it is for themselves also. Because many of us might feel that, humor is something very easy. Some of them might say, no, humor is very difficult. So, rather than labeling it as a easy commodity or as a very difficult commodity, I think it's better that, it just happens. So in today's session, I'll be talking about how to bring humor in a subtle way in the classroom. Right. And I will also be, we will also be laughing. I mean, it requires, in today's session, all of us would also be requiring to laugh. Okay. So at some point of time, now I would like to share my presentation. And at various points of time, I'll show it and I'll, when I'm talking with all of us, then I would just stop and I would again like to share my screen with all of you. Okay, so when you see, yes, of course, you're right. As Dr. Shelly had said that today's topic is all about humor in classrooms and oh no to aha. So, why I say oh no. I mean, the best pills, the sleeping pill is in the books always. You open a school book, you open a reading book and how fast we catch, you fall asleep. It happens even with me, though I read every single day, but even it happens with me now. So, there is something very interesting in the books. Probably, I would like to say not even, in a lullaby which mama would be singing, books are that, they really like that. Okay. So now, when I show you, so I have a question for all of us. So all the participants, those are here on the Zoom, and of course, those who are here on the Facebook and all, they can put it in the comment box and I can go and refer to it a little later. But how many of you today feel that, we are going to have a stand-up comedy show? Okay, is it? Let me have some answers in the chat box. I'm waiting. Please put Y for yes and N for no. I'm comfortable with that. Okay. Oh my God, I get so many Ys. Oh my God. Okay, so you're feeling, okay, bye. So you're feeling that, okay, we are here. Aha. Well, then I think I have to show you something. Oh no, we are not here for a stand-up comedy show. Oh no, I think I made everybody so sad in the beginning. God, I didn't know that I have to do a stand-up comedy show when I bring humor to the classroom, and that's very important. So I wouldn't probably, I'll be the last person to stand up on a stage and do a stand-up comedy show because, at certain point of time, I do watch a lot of stand-up comedy shows, but at certain point of time, I feel it is their timing which makes us laugh. And probably I may not be a good stand-up comedian, but if you wish so, since I've got so many Ys today, I'm definitely going to try Gauravji sometime. I'm definitely going to try that as well. Okay, so since it's oh no, what do I do? Okay, so let's bring humor to the classrooms. Okay, so I am going to show you something. Some of you remember this. Yeah. Some of you remember this. Well, this is not for the classroom, but it is for all of us as I begin. So let's see, what does it have to say? Okay.
आपके बाकी सब्जेक्ट्स क्या हैं? अंग्रेजी तो होगा ही। क्या पढ़ा है आपको?
जूलियस सीजर।
what a sublime tragedy.
मगर ये तो मुझे ज़बान ही याद है। मुझे बॉटनी पढ़ा दीजिए। मुझे ये बताइए, करोला का फंक्शन क्या है?
करोला। करोला। Oh yes, करोला। करोला खाने में कड़वा होता है और लिवर के लिए बहुत अच्छा होता है।
आप तो मजाक कर रहे हैं। मैं आपसे करोला के बारे में पूछ रही हूँ, आप करेला के बारे में बता रहे हैं।
ओह, करोला! आपके एग्जाम्स कब हैं?
दिसंबर।
फिर तो बहुत वक्त है। जब तक तो सब ठीक हो जाएगा।
Okay. So, at this point of time, I'll do a stop share and we'll talk. So this is about a teacher who is unprepared. So I'm not talking about teachers who are unprepared. Any teacher who is unprepared would never be able to bring the right things to the classroom. It's very, very important that the teacher has to have a lot of preparedness. A teacher needs to know the subject in and out while contributing in the classroom, right? So it's very, very important. When I say humor today in the workshop, and at the end of the workshop, I'm going to tell you about why humor. So I'm not going to begin my session with why humor. Of course, we'll have to sail through the entire session and then come to these points that, okay, if somebody has a question in mind and says, ma'am, in case I put it in my learning objectives or learning outcomes in a lesson plan, how do I put why humor? Okay, so let's wait. I am going to tell you towards absolutely the fag end of my session, why humor. Well, when this is happening, and I have said that, there are teachers who, we require those teachers who really, really understand their subject in and out. And I completely want to say that, our classrooms, if you see on the screen, yes, can be fun too. All what we have to remember is that when the humor is required, what kind of humor is required, it is not about ha, 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 or at all points of time. It is about that subtle happiness, that smile which it brings on the face of a child, right? And the child, I would also like to suggest the teachers over here, or the educators, those who are here, the school leaders, those who are here, or those who are listening to me, that it is very important for us to understand that that moment where we feel that in case we bring in humor, it changes the entire scene, it changes the entire scenario. When I say this, throughout the pandemic, it has been almost 18 to 19 months now. I started teaching on the online platform, I'm using the word teaching. I started teaching the word on this online platform on, say around in the month of, formally from 4th of June, 2020. But yes, it was slightly earlier than that, April and May. I used to have like frequent visits on the webinars, not very, very frequent, but yes, they were still very frequent as far as. And I've been teaching children right from pre-primary to even children, those who are class 12 past. And why I teach is, it's very simple, just to understand that, whatever I'm doing, whatever I contribute in various platforms, even on my channel, as Gauravji and Shelly ji had just introduced, I want to understand that, do I make sense? Do I make sense in my real life classroom with the children of various age groups? So today, yes, of course, our classrooms can be definitely fun. And in case you agree, can I get a few thumbs up if you agree? Or maybe not. If I don't get thumbs ups, then okay, it's perfectly fine. I would like to change the mind at the end of the class. Okay, I've got Gauravji's thumbs up. I'm still waiting for a couple of more. You have to actually, okay. Yeah, I get a few more. Okay, I get from Meher in the chat box. Thank you. Thank you, Meher. Thank you, Supriya. Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much. Why I require all these things, or why any teacher would require, or why any trainer would require, because when it is a class, it is actually in Hindi, it is said it's like your own Rangmanch. You stand over there and you are an artist. I have always been following one statement in my head, that when I'm talking to children, I am not talking to learners or listeners. I am talking to my audience. And the audience has right to accept or reject the artist. And each time the artist is on the stage, has to prepare as if it is the first show, however experienced we may be. And that is so very important. So with this agreement, thank you so much to have agreed with me for a while. Let's explore how do we, okay. So which is the most difficult subject you feel would be to bring humor into? Of course, I'll try to touch various subjects today because, I would try to balance it out for teachers of various subjects. But which subjects comes to your mind when you feel it will be very difficult to bring humor over here in this subject? Can I have that subject? Okay, in the chat box, or maybe somewhere. That's the only way how I interact, because it's very important. Can you think of that subject? Okay, Supriya has to say something. Mihar says social sciences. I have it today. I have the social science. Okay, I'm waiting to hear. Okay, thank you, Supriya. You've said it, what it was there in my mind. Thank you. Yeah, Rishikeshji, thank you so much. Okay, so you also feel that maths is a little difficult. Okay, so I'll try to bring in maths, and I'll try to bring in social studies with geography and history and the other subjects, and I'll try to bring in science, and let's see if language can also be there. Okay, so there are a couple of things which I'll try to rope in, so everybody is happy and satisfied. By the time it shouldn't happen, my subject wasn't covered. So how do we bring humor to the classrooms? Okay, remember, my objective is to bring subtle happiness. My objective is not to bring ha 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 or hoo hoo hoo, which makes the class lose its discipline. A happy class would be a class which is well controlled, which has discipline, where the trainer or the moderator knows when to make it open and when to control it back, right? So it's so very important. Okay, now, okay, so let's start with maths. How do you see this picture? Okay, you have to very carefully be on screen, whereas today you'll not be listening me if I close my camera. In fact, it will be all the more better because you're going to see something very interesting coming on the screen. So what do you see? The Pied Piper. Okay, just see, that's maths over there. So it brings, when children see these pictures, I have been using them, right? And these pictures, when they see, they might take a few seconds. So the possibility over here is, I'll just stop it for a while. The possibility with humor is that when you showcase it, people might take some time to comprehend. And that's okay. And that's okay. That's a challenge with humor. People might not blast into laughing the moment you show them something. The moment you share a joke, some people, how many of you have heard this word in your school days? Oh my God, this person is a tube light. Yeah, it's okay. Tube lights, it's perfectly fine. I mean, the tube lights or, LEDs or all these things is perfect. We take time to comprehend and we take time to understand. And that is where my last part of the session today would make you understand that why humor, why this thinking time, why this comprehending time is required. All right. And this cognition of what they see on pictures is very, very important. So when I show you these pictures, I'm going to go one by one. All right, so I'm going to show this picture once again. So it's something like, okay, the teacher has to talk. Why did they smile? Why did they laugh? What did they understand? Humor is always going to help you with better communication. Okay, so I'm gradually opening the secret of my second last slide. When I say why humor, I'm gradually opening. Okay, now here. Oh my God, this touches me. How many of you believe this? How many of you believe this? Okay, I can see Nada actually very carefully observing my slide. Thank you, Nada, when you carefully read it. Okay, so okay, do you see that? Are you sure I make a difference? I'm positive. Okay, then another one. Oh, and I'm talking only about maths as of now. The obtuse angle, and it makes so much sense. Now, can you imagine a teacher of maths who's teaching mathematics can talk so much around these angles, can talk so much about, and I've kept age in mind. I have kept, every single slide is not for all classes. The teacher has to definitely keep in mind the age, the progression, and to what topics. So today, I do a lot of workshops around it. When I do specific workshop with specific subject teachers and tell them, how they can bring what kind of things. Some of the schools, they even take, it's not exactly sort of an approval, but they showcase me that, ma'am, do you think these slides are okay? This would really bring humor to it. So, they are detailed workshops. So today I'm just trying to show when it is kindergarten, you would not really require this kind of humor because, children require more of talking. So, children up to 8 years of age or children up to 10 years of age would require more talking. But the moment they step into their age group, when they are teenagers, they start understanding things. And we have to trust them that they understand. And you have to trust them that when you show them something, they're going to smile, laugh, or they are going to give you a smiley, an emoticon over it. Okay, I would like to show you one more. Oh my God, I loved when I saw this. Please read it carefully. So, maths is something like this. When I show you this, I was showing it in one of the classes, and I remember one of the child, he says, ma'am, raise the hand. And I was doing this with a class of 9, students of classes 6 to 9. That particular school had a workshop with me 6 to 9. So when I was showing this particular slide, what happened? That child said that, ma'am, It's only mathematics where I've seen people buying 60 watermelons for no reasons. I said, why do you say that? So that child says that, ma'am, actually one of the math problems said, Kashyap purchased 60 watermelons. Now I'm wondering, why would Kashyap purchase 60 watermelons? What is he going to do? Does he have a juice shop? Or is he a vendor? Is he a watermelon vendor? So, the children, they start thinking, and that was a point of humor for me, and the entire class loved and discussed. So, it's very interesting. Okay. Now, how do you divide potatoes, 17 potatoes between 4 people? Oh, forget maths, you just mash them. Right? You really don't have to divide them. You can just mash them with people. Okay. And I remember after doing this workshop, the next day when I was with a group of children, you're going to laugh on this actually. So I gave them a little bit of task to do. And I said, next day in the workshop, everybody please complete your homework. And tomorrow in the workshop, it was an online workshop only, and I'm going to check your workshop. So one of the smart child, which is always there in the class, happens to share the homework, and he says, ma'am, I've done the homework half. I said, come on, why did you do half homework? He says, because I just wanted to tell you I've understood fractions. I hope everybody gets it. Because the child understood fractions, and to tell me that the child understood fractions, submitted only homework half. So that is how the discussion, and that is how the humor comes, and humor falls in the right places. So it's very, very important for a teacher. Well, I can go on and keep showing you wonderful things. Well, with this last slide on mathematics, I'm going to show you a last slide on mathematics, and then we're going to talk more. Oh, I just changed it. Now this is from ooh to ah. You can enjoy tan theta is equal to cos theta upon sin theta, but I've changed it completely, and I wanted everybody to actually enjoy and just see this bodybuilder when he does from oohs to ahs. And so many people would have really, really enjoyed it. And yes, it has been created undoubtedly. Okay. Well, when maths can, we can do a lot of storytelling even in mathematics. And, while doing storytelling, there also we can bring a lot of humor. We can bring a lot of humor. So, some of us, we also wanted to understand social studies. So I've broken down social studies for better understanding into maybe history or maybe geography. So, let's just listen to what this child says. Please read it. Please enjoy it. And let me see if you really find humor in this. I'm waiting for Ghanshyamji's reaction and Shellyji's reaction. Right? And yeah, Fatima's reaction. Please, you can. So if history repeats itself, why can't we just learn the first 100 years and keep repeating it? Oh my God, how true it is. Thank you, Rayton, for reading it so carefully. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to show you something more in history. Surya Nayanaji, thank you for smiling. That really encourages me. Okay, now here. And I announce it. Those who fail to learn history are doomed to repeat it. And in online, it is those who fail to clear history are doomed to explain it. So this is what the teacher has to say. That, so, and if you just show this picture somewhere in between while you are doing a particular lesson, don't you think the children are going to enjoy it? I bring geography now. I mean, just try to understand this. Please see this. The teachers from geography would love and laugh over it. How many of you have heard about tectonic relationships? So, the one tectonic platform or the mountain says that, there's too much friction between us. And the other one says, that's not my fault. In fact, that's the relationship we have. So it's something subtle. Yes, to understand today's workshop, you'll actually have to mull over various subjects and just see what a continent has to say another continent. I'll take pause over here, read it. Yes. What does this continent have to say to another continent? What is it? Please let me know. What are they talking about? Okay, better keep your distance. These guys are all over the map, and that is the longitude and the latitudes. So, humor can come anywhere. Well, I will show you something very interesting. So there were people flying an aeroplane, and somebody has to say, bro, the aeroplane is shaking. And somebody says it's an earthquake. And now you remember when I show this, the teacher can talk so much. Yes, Kajal ma'am, you're right. They're tectonic plates and they have a lot of friction, and that is why we talk about the tectonic relations. Right. Okay. So when an aeroplane is flying and a child says that, why the aeroplane is shaking. So of course, there are different reasons when the aeroplane shakes, and somebody says it's because it's an earthquake. And the teacher can tell, no, it was not an earthquake. And can you imagine how much of discussion can we bring into the classroom? Right. So it's all about laughing. It's all about smiling and communicating with the children. How many of you have heard about the windmills? Have you ever seen the windmills? How many people they talk about windmills? Right. Oh, yes. Why is wind power so popular? Because they have so many fans. Right. So that is why the wind power is so popular. Okay. Now, before I come to the sciences, I have to ask you a question, and this question is for everybody. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline. That's really kind of you. Okay, so I have a question. Okay, please listen to this. Now, this time you have to listen. Please listen to this question very carefully. And Gauravji, can we also allow everybody to open their mic and answer if they wish to?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. So I have a question. So there is an elephant, and my question is, and the elephant actually lifted the butter and threw it outside the window. So my question to you is, why did the elephant throw the butter outside the window? Okay, so I want answers. You can put it in the chat box, or you can open your mic and give your answers. So my question is—
Can I answer? Can I answer?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I'm Priyanka, and I think he wanted to see the butterfly.
Wow, that's
Yes,
so
Priyanka,
cool.
yes. We all.
He wanted to see the butterfly. Hey, nobody said that the elephant was actually feeling guilty because the elephant was overweight. Nobody said that. You gave the right answer. The fun is actually not in giving the right answer. The fun is actually trying to attempt giving wrong answers. Thank you, Priyanka. Thank you for giving the right answer, though. Yes, the elephant wanted to see the butterfly. Undoubtedly. Well, when I ask this question, these kind of questions to children, they have so much more to add to the answers. And, somebody says because the elephant really wanted to stay away from fats. So the elephant threw away the butter outside the window. There's so many other things which children would bring in. So we've been talking about maths, and we've been talking about social studies. Oh, I'm a master's in chemistry, so how can I actually forget my lovely science? And I've been always believing that everybody needs to have a lot of scientific aptitude. So what do you have to say about it? Read it and enjoy it. Hey, oil, want to hang out? I can't mix with you guys. And water says, is it hydrophobia? Right, it isn't actually. The oil never mixes with water. We've always been teaching to the children. Don't you think if we teach this, if we show this to children, they're going to remember it forever? Okay, now, so I bring maths with biology. It's the only science where multiplication and division mean the same thing. It's the only science, and that is how we have to enjoy it completely. Or whatever happens, they're going. And we are seeing this with the various variants of COVID as well. They multiply and they change. It happens. Okay, now here, DNA asks RNA. What does it ask? Still single, and RNA decides always. So RNA always. When I show this to children, there'll be no confusion left between the helical structure of DNA and the single strand structure of RNA, which children sometimes make as a competition error. When they're appearing for UPSC exams, this question has been asked and children tend to make a mistake. They forget. These things are so powerful. These things are very powerful. I have been, because, I also prepare children, help prepare children for their various competitive exams, which I'll tell you towards the fag end, not at this point of time right now, because Gauravji said that even towards the end, we can all talk about it. So I'm keeping that thing in mind, and I would share. So I definitely made I identify some problem questions, which they tend to make mistake, they tend to forget, and I try to find some humor or some subtle way of remembering, and I created, and children have told me that they remembered. Oh my God, this is for all of us ladies. We really want to be thin. Right? So somebody asks from the changing room, does this make me look fat? And the other one says, no, you look sweet. Right? So it is the sugar, the teachers of chemistry would, it's the sugar which is asking carbohydrate. Right? So there are formulas over there. You can fit in your formulas and your children are going to enjoy chemistry. Well, since I'm from chemistry, I should not be biased and only show science as chemistry. But you have to really believe, never trust atoms because they make up with everything. Right, because this entire world is made up of the atoms, and you're going to really, really remember this slide. You're never going to forget it. Well, what happens is periodic tables have been very tough, but while doing the periodic table, and it really happened. Actually, why I've picked up this picture is our teacher used to do this. She used to hide some emoticons in the periodic table. And she used to say that I've hidden the emoticons. If you are able to find it, I'll believe that you remember the periodic table. And that was the element of surprise for us in the class. And I've never, ever forgotten my teacher. And to thank her, I put this picture. Okay, now here. So once upon a time, what happened? A photon checked into a hotel and asked if he needs any help with his luggage. And you know what happened? This photon says, no, I'm traveling light. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, Gaurav, for that expression. You really, really encouraged me. I think, Shelly ma'am, you'll agree. Any school leader over here, please remember, please see this picture and remember, you should never give science teachers the playground duty. They can bring physics over there because, there is a complete phenomena over there. So the swing does not only go, yeah, and they bring it over here like that. So, it can be dangerous with the science teachers. Okay, and this is the Newton's law. Anybody today I don't believe that today in the workshop, anybody would be following the Newton's law. It says that a body at rest always wants to stay at rest. Right? So, with various subjects, with various topics, you can keep bringing in humor. I'm always there to help you out. In case somebody falls short of a picture for a humor, I can create it. I create a lot of things. Today morning when I was doing this workshop, I'm just going to show you on the slide. So, I just happened to hear something very interesting. I'm very fond of Karadi the bear. So, what I did, I was trying to create a lot of Karadis I'll just show you. This is my folder. I was trying to create a lot of Karadi bears. So I keep creating a lot of images. So, in case somebody falls short, don't worry. I'm going to give you real images created by my own self, and you can definitely use it in your classrooms at any point of time. Right. So there'll be, so, I was thinking about Karadi, and I haven't completed this Karadi. So this is a Karadi bear, and this Karadi bear is actually standing and thinking. I wanted to do something for the workshop, but there were a couple of other commitments. So I thought maybe next time with positive thoughts. Okay. Now here, just imagine, how can you forget Tom and Jerry? A workshop wouldn't be complete, a humor workshop without Tom and Jerry. So this is, the gravity will not work until actually you look down. So anybody who has tried bungee jumping, you don't have to look down. You just have to jump. Right? You just don't have, because the moment you look down, gravity comes and you know that you're falling down. Till such time, actually, you're just enjoying freely in the air and you're happy about it. Right? Okay. So, okay. So, let me, before I come to this, I'm sure all of you are with me and all of you are agreeing that, humor can be brought into the classes in a very simple way. Because I'm moving towards the end of my session. So how can I forget the language, which is the base for all the subjects, which is the base for all the humor, and which will always be remembered. Okay. So, I'm trying to sit in front of this light as if this aura of light comes onto me. In my house, I forgot that there is a light just behind me. So I'm trying to actually cover it. So I look like a god where the aura is all around me. I'm just trying to cover it all by myself. I know my size is huge, so I'm going to cover it easily. Okay, right. Okay, now here. So this little bear, this deer has to say, I'm going to fight with my bare hands. And the bear says, oh dear. I wanted to create actually this. I was trying to create an original picture, but then there was lesser time. So I thought I'll put this picture back again. for today's workshop. Okay. Now just imagine this. It's all about us. So in early days, if Facebook was there, what could have happened? So, a person says, great hunt, let's go and eat. And the person says, hang on, I'm going to post it on my wall. Right. So it's all about English. So English can bring a lot of humor. Okay. Now, how many of you are really fond of fitness, run every day? And when it opens up, you are going to compete in Ironman competition. I'm sure during COVID times, this is the Ironman competition, which many of us have been doing at home. Is it so? How many of you have actually been doing an Ironman competition? And you've been ironing, and your wife has been actually observing you how much. So, Gaurav, you're unmarried, huh? You haven't been doing it. Okay. Okay, now here. With this, I have any questions which come to your mind, and then I'm going to show back again my slide, and I'm going to talk about why humor. Or anybody who feels, hey, come on, Sapna. But it is all about pictures. Humor hasn't come to the classes. Please feel free to tell me. I'm going to improve myself undoubtedly. But I'll ensure that before we leave this workshop, everybody laughs. I'm going to ensure it. Okay. And everybody actually. So anybody, in case you have to ask a question, in case there's no question, I always have a question, but I'll wait for the questions. Okay. So it was an absolutely aha section. Thank you, Meher. You are a wonderful person. I would definitely love to meet you sometime. Okay. Okay. Anybody else has any question in mind? I'll wait for a few seconds. Okay, so I get a lot of emoticons which encourage me. Thank you, Nada. So in case there are no questions, I have a question. Whatever I have spoken, is it all clear or all clear? I have to bring humor. It's a session for humor. So thank you. Okay, so once again, for all those crystal clear, wow, that's smart. Thank you, Narendraji. Wow, that's interesting. So for all those who haven't laughed till now and who feel humor cannot happen, I have something very special for you. Okay.
Y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea. ¿Y tú? ¿Tú? Había subido la marea con su paella. Y la encontré porque estaba la paellera agarrada metida entre las piedras de chipiones del faro. Y cuando entro en el restaurante me ve el cocinero con una paellera y adentro la vende paellera. ¡Asómate, mira dónde llega el agua!
Okay. So it is for all of you, those who didn't laugh throughout the session. We can all, whenever I hear this, I have to continue. I don't know how I'm going to cover the session after this. So, humor does not require any language. We didn't understand the word of what this man was speaking, but yes, it was so important to laugh. Thank you so much. And I know I have to cover why humor in the class. What is the importance of bringing humor to the classroom? So everybody, you can wipe your tears. You've doubled up. Please single up. Okay. And, back to your, take a long deep breath. And I'm going to share some slide with you that, okay, I'm going to share a slide with you. I'm going to stop this man because, this man, if he again comes, I don't know what is going to happen. So no, wait. Okay, so I'm going to share why humor in the classroom, and we are going to burst out laughing. Otherwise, if this man comes back again. So these are a couple of takeaways from today's workshop. Undoubtedly, please remember, those who want to take a screenshot, feel free to. Why humor? Why should we bring humor to the classroom? There's a scientific reason behind it. Gaurav, even I'm doubling up. That laugh will keep coming to the mind time and again. Okay, so why humor in the classroom? Number one, it makes people listen. So, you have to time it very well. Number 2 point, these points are all tried and tested points. It increases long-term memory. You know, picture memories, picture images. You remember, I mean, I can't remember my teacher putting an something over there in the periodic table. I've never ever forgotten periodic table till date, right? It improves understanding, and it is a great learning aid. You know, it really, really enhances learning. It helps in communicating a lot of messages. And of course, whenever you want to have a teamwork or something, put some humor, it works. The moment we are all laughing, we forget our status differences. Oh, the spelling is wrong. It should be difference, right? So we forget the status differences. Everybody laughs on the same thing. It could be a poor person. It could be a rich person. We all laugh together. So, you know, whenever there are emotions and feelings, we actually forget our statuses. We all cry together. We all laugh together. And humor diffuses conflicts, and it builds a lot of trust. So when I talk about humor in classrooms, I thank you for so much. Yeah, I mean, students will never miss the classes. Absolutely, Surya Naina ji. Absolutely. And it's so very important, you know, for let the children not forget the class, I mean, not miss the classes, because in case they are missing the classes, they are actually missing on a lot of things. So, you know, in the chat box, I'm sharing the link of my YouTube channel. That is I Big Wonder. You have been constantly seeing my name, I Big Wonder. And, you know, I tried to actually, I took up a mission during pandemic, and I felt that when, this is my channel. I'm just showing you a screenshot of it. This is my channel. I would be really, thank you, Gauravji. I would be really, really humbled and would feel really connected to all of you. I think Gauravji has already subscribed. We are together on the channel. You put your comments, and it really motivates me. And you know how this is the only way where we can stay connected as a family. Like in Positive Thoughts, we are a family together. So on I Big Wonder, we are family together. So, you know, we are all helping each other. I truly felt that, you know, if education is important, so are educators, and so are the organizations. So in my own way, I have started contributing, and I help a lot of children, a lot of parents, a lot of teachers, lots and lots of teachers, and of course, lots and lots of school leaders. Feel free to contact me anytime if you feel I can help you out in any which way, right? It's always good to help out each other. And now, you know, there are so many other things. You're actually right. It's not a stand-up comedy. Thank you for saying this. Yes, it is much more than that, Mihir. You know, a teacher requires so much of thought process. A teacher would require so much of research to bring it along with the topic the teacher really wants to share in the class that day. So, you know, it's all about actually thinking. It's all about research. And, you know, you can even ask children to bring something, and they create so many original things. I share something very original to you. So, you know, there was a child who was, some of you, those who understand Uttar Pradesh, UP, so there is a lot of paddy sowing over. It's a real incident. So there is a lot of paddy is sown in the fields. And when paddy is sown, you know, farmers, they, thank you, Mihir. So when paddy is sown, they have to either remove their pajamas, or they fold their pajamas up, because they would be going deep in the soil and in water. And then they will be doing the paddy. And the ladies also pull their saris or lehengas up. So, you know, in English class, in UP, in one of the city, I would not name the school because it's all about humor today. It's a real incident. I was serving as a teacher over there. So, you know what happened? There was a question in the exam, and it's a real incident, and it happened years ago. So there was a question that what was the color? There was a story which, and from that, the lesson, there was a question. What was the color of the pajamas? And, you know, one of the child happened to write in the answer, all the pajamas were mixed because they were hanging on the tree. And, you know, the teacher said, this answer is wrong. What crap this child has written? And, you know, I've always been a person who was like, okay, we have to bring humor. I said, hold on, this child visits paddy field. And that is why the farmers had hung their pajamas on the tree. You know, you have to give full marks to the child because the child knows what is a pajama. And I really fought with that teacher. And we went to the headmistress at that point of time. And she says, ma'am, you know, it's obscene. The child says the pajamas were all hung. I said, there's no obscenity over there. And then we laughed, of course, in the staff room. We all laughed. But it was all about the observation. And then we discussed, and we said that, you know, this child knows that in paddy fields, the farmers go to the fields, and then they have to remove the pajamas and they hang it, they sew down, and then they wash themselves and they wear it again. So, a lot of observations happen. I also mentioned during the session today that, I help children in their competitive exams and I prepare tough questions through humor, which they do not forget in there. So, that is all about, we have our own academy, we call it Edge Academy, and we prepare the children to become officers in Army, Navy and Air Force. My husband is a retired person now. He's a Kargil war veteran. And I really feel honored to be a wife of. So 26 July, Kargil Vijay Divas is coming, and we are all going to, Gauravji, I'm going to talk to you about that after the session. So with this, I think, hey, we are over. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sapna. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Indeed, thoughts. Thank you. Thank you. Really said, humorous is very easy and sometimes very difficult. It just happens by chance. And obviously, laughing comes automatically. Thank you so much, Dr. Sapna. You have motivated us all enough by really being an example of light in the darkness. I really enjoyed your session as an educator. I must say, I really enjoyed. Thank you so much.
I'm sure everybody. In case there are questions, still we are open to it. Yeah, we are all open to it.
I would love to ask from the participant, is there any question?
Yeah, I can see Amajuri is actually smiling. Thank you for that beautiful smile. I'm sure it is after what we have been speaking. Thank you.
Yeah, if there is there any one question, anyone, you can ask openly from Dr. Sapna.
Yeah. Thank you, Rishikeshi. Thank you, Narendraji. Okay, so yeah, so there are questions. I'm there in the group, so I'm always there to any help, any type point of time.
Dr. Sapna, can I ask one thing from you?
Ji, ma'am.
What are the, actually as an educator, what are the best strategy for the teacher to integrate humor into his or her classroom? Actually, I'm as a, asking as a principal or as an educator, I really keen to ask that what is the best strategy for the teacher?
Okay, so you actually open up another workshop, but not today. Yeah. So I'm going to put it.
Sure.
I'm going to put it in. No, I'm open to do that workshop also. But what happens for the strategy? As I said in the beginning, we'll have to remember that the children, those who are in pre-primary classes or up to class 2, they would understand humor when we actually make them listen. When we make them understand. But once they are in class 3rd, 4th, in fact, class 4 onwards, they start comprehending things in a very interesting way. They understand subtly. So, like I happen to do a lot of humor when I ask them to sketch. So I ask them to sketch. It's something like I call them for these small children up to class 3rd, 4th and 5th. I say, okay, in my mind's eye. So I make them actually visualize humor. Through my teachers. So I said, okay, can you very quickly in next 10 seconds, imagine and sketch a broomstick cleaning the house all by itself. I don't know, children would just get into it and they would sketch different type of jhadus and broomsticks. And, I said, from where does it come? So it's that mind, the third eye in your, we all have 2 eyes, but there's a third eye which imagines. So in different age groups, we have to bring in humor in a different way. And that is what the teacher has to strategize. Class 6 onwards, these kind of pictures, in fact, class 5 onwards also, these kind of pictures put a lot of impact depending on you introduce the chapter with this or you revise the chapter with these kind of things.
Okay.
Right. So humor has to be either like a pre-set or, post the session. So it actually helps you. Yeah, in case you feel a lesson is too long, maybe it is dragging for 10 odd days. So I have made a rule with all my educators that every 6th day, it is in rotation. 6 days doesn't mean it's Saturday for everybody. For some teachers, Monday is the 6th day. For some teachers, Tuesdays. For some teachers, Wednesday. For some teachers. So every 6th day, they are going to, even if they feel one more lecture and they can complete the lesson, I said, no, you're not going to complete the lesson. We are going to bring in some kind of a participated activity where either they bring, we bring why questions, or we bring humor, or we bring a lot of things in the class. So, it increases inquisitivity, and the child, every single child, National Policy of Education says equitable education. So equitable is slightly different with your question. I would definitely like to answer this, and then I would like to close this answer. Equitable means giving equal opportunity.
Exactly.
And allowing them to answer right or wrong. Right. So when we bring such like things, when we bring humor, when we bring why questions, we are making them equitable. We are giving them equitable opportunity. So that is it. I hope I've been able to briefly answer.
Yeah, excellent. I would love to take your workshop for my teachers also.
Sure.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sapna. Thanks a lot. Now it's a time of felicitation to Dr. Sapna, as saying thank you is the simplest form of expressing gratitude. And the attitude of gratitude is what keeps us always happy. So saying thank you to our Honorable Dr. Sapna is only in words. You means you are grateful for the things that happened to you as a result of someone else's efforts. It will not only help you to feel better, but also benefit you in unpredictable way. So I really honor to Dr. Sapna for a wonderful session. Now, I would like to invite dynamic Miss Supriya for giving felicitation, regards with appreciation and vote of thanks to our honorable guest, Dr. Sapna Agrawal. Miss Supriya, please welcome.
A very, very great humor evening, besides a good evening. So thank you so much, Dr. Sapna. And trust me, folks, today I don't want to give vote of thanks and end this session. I want AHA session to move on and on, and fill the dose in us. And man, you have already filled the dose. Guys, dose means dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. And really, ma'am, we all are filled with joy, happiness, and we have forgot all our worries and tensions within this 1 hour. And seriously, I don't want to give vote of thanks, but as we have to felicitate you, it's a part and parcel of this learning platform. And of course, this wonderful platform created by Dr. Gaurav Sharma, infusing doses in us. God bless you, Gaurav Sharma, for creating this mind-blowing platform. Thank you so much for this positive platform, positive family, and positivity which you are bringing globally, day by day, night by night. Thank you so much. Dr. Sapna, your session is not only helpful for teachers to engage their students, but also all our trainers, coach, mentors who wants their session to be best, engaging, insightful, spectacular, and outstanding. How to make your engaged audience, how to make them lively, jolly, and listening very patiently. We all have n number of takeaways today. Thank you so much. It was spellbound, mind-blowing, fantastic, fantabulous. I don't have any words.
Thank you, Supriya ji. Thank you so much. I'm humble. Thank you.
And if I talk about my host, Dr. Shelly, you were amazing, Shelly. The way you presented, the way you gave intro, 440 volt hosting, I must say. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Supriya. Thank you so much. My pleasure. Thanks a lot.
And this is for the felicitation, Dr. Sapna. Thank you so much once again. Give a round of applause.
That is so super. Thank you so much.
And of course, moving
Thank
on.
you.
Dr. Shelly, this is for you. Give a round of applause for our host.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My gratitude. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for this lovely evening. Everyone who listened, who participated, and gave their bestest in their chat box, that is appreciable. So stay tuned for our next vibrant session, which will infuse another dose in you. So get ready, be safe, stay healthy, and great evening ahead.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you so much. I'm so impactful, positive thoughts management and full team. So honored and privileged to have you all among us as a support dignitaries whom we would love to participate, appreciate in this positive thoughts. Really, really thank you. You are a wonderful audience. And we hope that we have been good hosts equally all the time, like Dr. Sapna as a trainer too. Once again,
thank you, Dr. Shelly.
Thank you, Dr. Sapna. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gaurav.
Once again, thanks to the hard work that all team members of Positive Thoughts, they have done of really, really with Positive Thoughts organizer, Gaurav Sharma, every team member to make this Thunderbolt session episode 7 really make this possible. And what you witness was really, really amazing. Your efforts and hard work. Gratitude to everyone. Namaskar. Ciao. Sayonara. Everyone, stay tuned for the next episode 8 Thunderbolt. Thanks a lot. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Jai Hind.
Bye bye. Take care. Stay blessed. Stay happy.